Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on a 97 Road King. Just going to be doing some maintenance on it. The customer, the gentleman who brought it over, wanted a 3-fluid change and a few things. He wants this tack and these speakers taken off, and then how to put a battery in it, and then take this license plate bracket off of the back here with the lights. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to just give him a full service because, you know, we'll be right there doing it anyways. That's just to help him out. He's really excited. He got this bike and he said it's been sitting in his garage for a long time. He's been trying to find somebody to work on it. He's a UPS driver. He's a friend of the driver who comes and delivers our packages for our business. And so it's kind of a lucky thing. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. These are all the things that I need for the service, plus the rear license plate relocation bracket, a battery because it doesn't start, hasn't run in a while. So this is what we're working with. It's a pretty clean Evo powered 97. It is fuel injected, so it is the Magneti Marelli, but it looks like it hasn't been messed with, so it should run fairly well. Once we get some fresh oil and some fuel in it and put a battery in it, it should start right up. But yeah, I mean, it's just little things like all this rat's nest wiring that has to come out. I actually pulled this out. It was tucked in a little nicer, but I pulled it out, see where it was going. Let's get started. These are the plugs for the rear. Alright, these ones are pretty much loose. Just need to take off the 4 bolts that hold this on, and that's out of there. I don't know how well this backrest is going to work without this little support here, but we'll find out. All right, got this off. It's going to sit like this. Alright. Yeah, just like I thought. That's not gonna work out too great. I might have to remove this. Somebody's gonna try to lean back on that and it's gonna fall right down. We'll save that for last. Next, pull this old battery out. Not too old of a battery. It's a 2019. Might be able to recharge that one, but we got a new one, so put the new one in. These are pretty much ready to come off. Next thing I'm going to need to do is take this headlight out. so that I can unplug the harness, which it's fine because I got to take the headlight out anyways in order to take this top piece off to tighten the handlebars because they're a little bit loose. All right, so I guess my phone ran out of memory. We have to use another camera, but like I was saying, I found a headlight from a 2017 Bagger in my toolbox. Take off one that I had from when I was working at the dealership. So I'm going to be putting this in here on this motorcycle, make it look a little better. This is what he's working with right now, so it should look a lot nicer. Okay, let's continue on here. This guy is pretty much out. It's just hanging by the connector. And I need to loosen this. Trim is held in place by a little teeny tiny nut. And a lot of people don't pay attention to that, and they'll just rip this thing off thinking that it's just stuck. Then you'll have a rattle up here. Oh yeah, there we go. This one doesn't have to come all the way out. This one will just slide through here. But I have to take these out in order to do it. Save this. Gotta loosen these up a little bit now. The way these bikes are put together, it's like stuff on top of stuff. You had to take a million pieces off or loose to get something as little as this out. That took way longer than I thought it should. This tack is out. Save that for the customer. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these up while I'm here. There is a torque for these, but typically what I've seen is if you've already pulled them loose, the torque isn't enough. You're just gonna have to cinch them down even tighter, which is what we're doing right now. It should be fine. A lot of guys will use their handlebars to push themselves up onto the bike. That's the reason why these things get loose. It's not to help you pull yourself up onto the bike. Next, we're going to take these things off. Saving all of this stuff because the customer might want to sell it. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. It's the only reason for taking it off was to get all of this stuff out of here. I have to put these back on here as well. So otherwise it's going to have two big holes there and it's going to look funny. And I might have to put a couple of washers on there, but I could do that afterwards. Just go ahead and slide it back through. These you don't want to tighten down too much because you could break this tab. Tighten these back. Try and trace where this stuff goes so that I can remove it without cutting what I don't need to cut. This, since it kind of spiders through the whole bike, I'm just gonna kind of bundle it up just how this is here and zip tie it where it's kind of out of the way. You're not gonna see any of this stuff in here anyways. It's just gonna be covered. Another thing I gotta do is transfer this headlight to this bucket. Hopefully it'll fit. I didn't even think about that. I think it will, but we'll see. If it doesn't, well, he's gonna get that one back in there. It's worth a shot. And let's see, I have a feeling this is going to hit in the back and it's not going to work. But... oh yeah, that is not going to go. This one has a different style bucket. I don't think I can cut this one to make it work. I'd have to cut a lot, and then I don't know if it's still going to work or not, and then this would just be ruined, so I might as well just put that back on. It was worth a shot. Would have looked nice, but I don't have the way to make it mount. That's done. Grab these zip ties and clean this stuff up a little bit. And put this little clip on here. Yeah, it's better than what it was. These things are just little pieces of rubber with some thread in it, and when you tighten it up, they squish. If you push too hard when you're putting the bolt in, you'll pop it through, and then you'll have to take this all out to find it and put it all back together. It's another reason why I use just a manual screwdriver. So if you're using an electric one, you might strip them, you might push it through too hard. It's just one of the things I learned over the years. It's on there. Go ahead and put the tank protector back on it. Don't want to drop anything on this. Alright, let me grab the battery. One thing about these Super Start batteries that a lot of people don't pay attention to is the edge of the terminals is kind of back a little farther than the Harley one. It looks like the Harley battery. If you didn't know any better, you'd go ahead and put the bolts in, throw these guys away, and you'd have all kinds of battery issues where it's not getting enough power or it's not getting enough ground. Had so many bikes come into the shop. Customer said, I just changed my battery and I don't know what's going on with it. Well, they threw these away. The battery cables aren't getting enough juice. Like you could see, they're not gonna really connect. You'll get like a corner or a tip. That's what these little spacers are for. And it's a little difficult to put these on because sometimes they'll fall down and the flat side has to be down, which I know I'm explaining something that's kind of self-explanatory, but believe me, it's not. I've seen so many without these. These older bikes are a little difficult because the frame is so close to the battery and it's really easy to touch the positive to the frame when you're trying to tighten these down, ground it out, and pop some fuses. See what we got here as far as oil. Just give it a shot and see if it'll start up. Well, it's got fuel. No pump. All right, I'm gonna take this back off and see why we don't have any fuel pump. This thing did sit for a while, so it's very possible that the fuel pump has some old gas in it, and that old gas will turn into like a varnish, and if it sits long enough, it'll turn into like a paste, and the little pump inside of there won't be able to spin. So I gotta see if we're getting power to the pump itself. And that is this guy right here. What I need to do is grab my test light. Got 12.4 volts on the battery. Next, what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the key on, and we should get battery voltage to this for, I think, 5 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds, which we do, which is a bad sign, which means that the pump itself isn't spinning. This bike needs a new fuel pump. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. And that is going to be where we're going to have to end for today. Without being able to start it up and warm the fluids up and get all the oil back into the tank, I'm not going to be sure if I have drained everything or not. It's just going to make it more difficult. Plus, it's easier, you know, when it runs and it gets hot, and it'll suspend all the crap in the oil and you get all that crap out. For now, this is where we're going to end it, but I got a lot done. Took a lot of stuff off for the customer. Looks totally different. I don't think he wants this, so I may have to take this off as well. And I'm gonna have to do some research and see if I can get him a pump. I know Harley would like to sell you the entire plate and all of that stuff, and the bad thing is this is a 97, so most of this stuff is obsolete. So I'm gonna have to source it from, you know, just Amazon or something like that. I'm not really positive, but I'm gonna have to crack this open and see what the pump looks like, just so I'll know, because a lot of this stuff online will tell you it fits, but it actually doesn't. They just say that so they could sell their stuff. So if I see it, it'll give me a better base to say, oh yeah, that doesn't look like the pump. It will work or it won't work, you know. So thank you guys for tuning in again. I know this wasn't the best video in the world because I didn't actually finish, but when I'm done with this thing, or when I get the pump and I actually get it running, we'll get a video of me putting the pump in, taking it for a drive, maybe even of the customer picking it up. There's a few other little things that it needs, you know. It needs some grips. These things are not too nice looking. I thought I had a set in my box, but I only have the newer style. So I may see if he wants to do some grips as well, since we're already going ahead and doing this thing. So far, everything else looks good. It does crank. It spins pretty freely, like it wants to start. If I popped open this cover here and sprayed a little bit of some starting fluid in there, it would start. It's not going to run long enough for me to do what I need it to do. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. And if you like content like this, whenever I get some more customers' bikes in here, I'll start doing videos on little things here and there. That's the video for now, guys. Thank you for tuning in, liking, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.